Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the last video in my Lenormand card combination series. Today we will be focusing on card number 36, the cross card. I'm going to go through the deck and one by one, and we're going to learn how the cross card modifies each of the other cards in the deck in potential readings. Before we get started with that, however, I'm going to look at the cross card all by itself, learn it very well, and then we'll move on to the combinations. As always, Alexander Musrick is the author of the book that I like to use for my videos. This is called The Art of Lenormand Reading, Decoding Powerful Messages. Very good resource book for Lenormand cards. All right, getting started. The cross card is card number 36. The playing card insert at the top you can see is the 6 of clubs. The keywords associated with this card are burden and troubles, generally speaking. If burden and troubles don't work in a reading that you're doing, I like to use this card as a card of the divine, maybe a connection to the divine. It could also reference like a religious institution, that sort of thing. Alexander Musrick writes about the card. He says, the closer the cross is to the significator in the spread, the heavier the burden. So if the cross lands close to the woman or the man in the reading, then they are heavily burdened. The cross image is associated with the crucifixion. Some people see the cross as the representation of organized and institutional religion. Alexander Musrick writes that he says, I tend to see the cross as the card of karma. What is sent out comes back to you multiplied. So I also like the idea of using this as a karmic card as well, if burdens and troubles don't match up with the reading that you're doing. All right, so the general message for this card is to ask for help. If you're using cards to represent the body and try to figure out like a health issue, this card would indicate a lower back. So you could, of course, think of this as the spine and the arm. So this is the lower back in a body reading. For the timing of this card, the timing is 1 to 6 months. And while I don't think that there's anything necessarily on this card, excuse me, to indicate timing really clearly, I'm going to use the number 36 to help me remember 1 to 6 months, because 30 days is a month, and then there's the 6 right there. So 30 to 6. I'm just going to remember it that way. It's not super obvious, but it's going to work for me. So 1 to 6 months is the timing. The general influence of this card is negative. The nuance of this card is mood. Archangel is Michael. The planet associated with this card is Pluto. The zodiac sign is Libra. If this card shows up in a love reading for a single person, it indicates that this person is experiencing some hard times. They're probably not experiencing, love at first sight sort of thing. If this card comes up in a love reading for somebody who's in a relationship, these are painful feelings within the relationship. It's incomprehension. It's just difficulties. In a health-related reading, the advice is to rest more. In a money reading, this is asking the querent to make sacrifices. So if someone's doing a money reading and this card comes up, I would say maybe the advice is, you know what, you're going to have to spend a little money to make money, sort of thing. So make sacrifices. In a work-related reading, this is indicating difficult times at work. The special power of this card, the cross has the power to make things painful and harder. So generally speaking, this feels like a very negative card. But again, like if you're doing a reading for somebody and there isn't negativity in the energy, I would use it as potentially a card of divinity or karma. Okay, so we're moving on to the combinations, starting with card number 1, the Rider. So if you see the cross in combination with the Rider, this is difficult news incoming. This could be a painful visit. So you have a visitor that isn't necessarily going to bring happiness and joy, or this is just difficult news on the way. If you see the cross in combination with the clover, this is bad luck and misfortune. Bad luck and misfortune. And if that doesn't match your reading, maybe this is good luck. Maybe this is the divine interfering in a positive, lucky way. Could be something like that. The cross in combination with the ship, This is a sad, troubled journey. This could be a retreat. So a retreat isn't bad. Maybe you just need rest. When we go on vacation, it's to rest, right? So this is a retreat. Or this could just be a really, a trip riddled with problems. Maybe there's delays at the airport. Maybe the car broke down, whatever. So it's a troubling trip. The cross in combination with the house. This could actually literally be a place of worship, a church. This could be some kind of burden at home. And this could be a troubled family. So this could be like, issues with the house. Maybe there's a leak in the roof. Or this could be conflicted family, like, within the house there's turmoil, excuse me. Or this could just be a spiritual building of some sort, place of worship. The cross with the tree. This is troubled health. The tree represents health typically. So troubled health, pain. This could be an incurable disease. Now, a lot of times in readings when the tree comes up, I like to use it to represent like the soul family because the tree has the deep roots, right? So if the tree comes up with the cross and there's no health issues in the reading, I might read this as like, this is a divine connection with, your soul family. I would read it like that. So in that sense, it would be it could be a positive translation of the two cards. The cross with the clouds. This is a spiritual conflict. The clouds are confusion, fogginess, so spiritual conflict. Maybe the querent is going through some confusion about their spirituality and they're trying to figure things out. So could be spiritual conflict, or this could just be heavy confusion. Just, mental health is suffering a little bit here. So you see a lot of clouds behind the cross too. So that those two cards go well together, don't they? Spiritual conflict. The cross in combination with the snake. This indicates big danger, or things getting worse. So the snake can be, and a lot of times is used as some sort of warning. The snake can represent a person with ill intentions. Or it could just be, danger all by itself. However, I'm going to throw this out there too. If there's no, like if the reading doesn't fit, that there's danger around the corner sort of thing, you could read this as a spiritual transformation. Because if you're going to use this card as a divine card, spiritual card, the snake can be used for transformation, in my opinion, because the snake sheds its skin, right? So the snake can shed a piece of itself and turn into something brand new. So this could be a spiritual transformation. I like that reading better, actually, than the danger, of course. All right, so then we've got the cross with the coffin. This is the end of burdens. So this is a positive pairing if you read it like that. This is the end of the burdens, the end of the pain. This could also represent the transformation as well. So just like a snake shedding its skin transforms itself, when we die, we transform ourselves. Our energy moves to potentially a different vessel. Maybe our energy just moves, period. But it is a transformation, and it is divine. So this could also be divine transformation, or end of worry and burdens. So that's a positive pairing. The cross with the flowers, or the bouquet, excuse me. This is a spiritual gift. Maybe the querent is receiving downloads from spirit. So the gift is this gift of knowledge, spiritual gift. This could just be an offering of flowers. Maybe this just represents a funeral, because you bring flowers to a funeral, and sometimes funerals are religious, so it could be that too. The cross with the scythe. This is an accident. So the cross representing pain, the scythe representing an accident. This could be an accident. So, or this could just be, severe injury. Accident goes sudden pain. So this is sudden movement, sudden change. So suddenly there's pain. Maybe there was a sudden heart attack or something like that. It came on suddenly. So this pairing is not a happy pairing. Sudden accident, sudden pain, severe injury. The cross with the whip. or broom card. This is physical abuse, repetitive, something that doesn't go away, physical abuse. This is sexual abuse. The whip card can be a sexual card as well, so physical and or sexual abuse. And this could just represent hard times, difficult times, challenges ahead. Maybe it's a warning. The cross with the birds. This is a heavy conversation. This could be an argument, conversation that leads to pain and burdens. Or if you're using the birds to represent a couple, this could be an unhappy couple, a couple that is carrying burdens with them. So heavy conversation, life-changing type conversation, argument, or an unhappy couple. The cross with the child. This could represent a baptism. This could be a child that's bullied. So a child that's carrying burdens and pain, maybe they're going to school and they're being bullied every day. So a child that is bullied, this could just be a troubled child, somebody who's fighting some internal battles, troubled child. If you're using it as a spiritual card, this could be a spiritual new beginning. Maybe somebody, had an aha moment and they are transformed and this is their new beginning spiritually. The cross card with the fox. This is burdens at work. If you're using the fox card as a work card, so work burdens. This could be an abusive person. So if you're using the fox to represent an individual, this could be an abusive person. Somebody who brings pain with them. If you are using the fox card maybe as a third party person, maybe this is, a third party person that's experiencing burden and pain. So maybe they're just showing up in a reading, because they're significant in the querent's life. So it just could represent a person in the querent's life who's experiencing burden and pain. The cross card with the bear. This could represent an abusive boss. The bear card can represent somebody of a higher rank than you. If you're working, in retail and you've got a manager that's bullying you, or maybe, the owner of the company is an asshole or whatever. This is an abusive boss. If you're using the bear card for finances, this is a financial downfall. Sometimes the bear card represents finances, the material world. And quite frankly, if I'm being honest, I've never used the bear card in that way. For some reason, that doesn't work for me. I don't see the bear as a financial card. But according to Alexander Muzurk in his book, and I've seen it other places as well, the bear card can represent finances, big transactions, that sort of thing. So if you wanted to use that, this could be financial difficulties, burdens. The cross with the stars. This is prayer. This is keeping the faith. This looks like a divine pairing, doesn't it? So prayer or keeping the faith. This is asking for help. So when we pray, that is what we're doing. We're asking for help. Guidance. Looking for guidance. This could be troubled dreams. This is representing the dream world. Yeah. I like the prayer and guidance one though. Pairing. Okay, the cross with the stork. This is worrying about change. The stork is usually positive change, but this could be, change bringing about worry. It could be, it could represent a change of your spirituality. We all go through a journey through life. We try to figure out what our belief system is as we go along. So we go through a lot of these sorts of changes throughout our whole life. So this could be a spiritual change. And typically the stork is positive change. I think spiritual change is positive because it's a progress towards whatever, wherever your landing place is. The cross with the dog. This could be a priest. If you're using the dog to represent a person, and typically the dog represents a friend. And we like to think of our religious leaders as friends. I don't anymore because I've learned things that keep me from thinking of them in that way now. I know they're not all bad, but there's just too much. So I don't need to go into that. But this could be a priest. This could represent a counselor. Or this could represent a difficult friendship. Maybe there's a friendship that, is recently bringing burdens into life. That's just like there's turmoil and conflict, that sort of thing. So it could be a difficult friendship. Or a man of the cloth, woman of the cloth, whatever. The cross with the tower, this could represent organized religion. So the tower by itself does typically a lot of times represent like official, like the matrix, like it could be institutions, banks, schools, churches in this case. So a religious institution, government buildings. So that's what the tower typically a lot of times represents. So this is a church, some kind of spiritual center. The cross with the garden, this could be public sorrow. So the garden representing a small community of people. This could be a group of people feeling sorrow and burdens. Maybe somebody well known passed away and everybody's feeling emotional about it. So public sorrow. This could be a prayer group. Maybe it's the group of people that meets at, in the spiritual center, whatever. Or this could be a group that's for counseling. Maybe it's an AA group or something like that. A group that meets for support. The cross with the mountain. This is an enormous obstacle. So the cross representing burdens and pain by itself, and then the mountain representing obstacles, burdens, things that get in the way, things that something that slows some progress down. So this is an enormous burden. There's no way out. So if this pair shows up in a reading, I would say there's a huge conflict that needs to be overcome for progress to be made. The cross with the crossroads. This is a difficult decision, maybe a decision that brings pain. Painful choice. So look, one of the roads leads right to the cross. So you're going to make the choice that brings pain, or you're going to go in this other direction. In a reading, you might pay attention to, if someone's trying to make a decision, you could say, well, you could choose this, but it's going to bring pain. And then maybe look at the card that's over here and say, well, maybe this is a better choice for you, if that were to come up in this, like a 9-card reading or something like that. The cross with the mice. This is a heavy debt. The mice can represent debt, small payments, bills, that sort of thing, anxiety. So this could be a debt, a heavy debt, financial problems. This is just a stressful situation. So stress that brings pain, internal pain. Anxiety is internal pain. The cross with the heart. This is heartache. Broken heart. This could represent a twin flame. So here's a situation where if you use the cross as a divine or maybe a karmic card, this could represent a twin flame. Somebody who is connected to the querent spiritually, somebody who's part of their soul family. Twin flame. This could be destined love. Maybe a soulmate. Maybe it's not a twin flame. Maybe it's just a soulmate. Not just a. I shouldn't use the word just in front of soulmate, should I? Shouldn't I? Whatever. Yeah, so soulmate, twin flame, destined love, or this could be heartache. The cross with the ring. This is an unhappy marriage, a marriage with heavy burdens. This could also be a contract. The ring doesn't have to be marriage. This could be a contract that brings heavy burdens, a contract gone bad. This is just a painful agreement. Like maybe an agreement's being made. It has to be made, but it's painful. So it's like, yeah, I'll take out the garbage. I don't want to, but I'm going to. So painful agreement. The cross with the book. This is religious study. That makes sense. That's like a literal translation there. Religious study. This could be difficult study. So, maybe somebody's in med school or something and they're having a difficult time with it. So this could represent study that is creating some difficulty. This could be religious secrets. I'm sure the Vatican holds lots of secrets in its vaults. The Vatican Library holds lots of secrets, so this could represent religious secrets. This could also just represent sacred books. This could just say, like, if you're using the book to represent a secret in general, because the book can represent unknown information or secrets, this could just be a reading indicating that the secrets are creating burdens and hardship. Whatever's being held back is creating the burdens and hardship. The cross with the letter, this is a painful message or difficult information. Some kind of message that brings some burdens and pain, a difficult message to hear. Or, on the other hand, you could use this as a divine message, a message from source. So, experiencing difficult times, but help is on the way. Source is communicating. So you could read it like that. If you get the cross in combination with the man or woman, this could be a person of the cloth, somebody who's religious. This could be somebody who's very unhappy, somebody who's burdened, drained, experiencing difficult times. So a person of the cloth, spiritual person, or somebody who's burdened. The cross with the lilies, this is burden and pain associated with old age. So the lilies represent the older generation. A lot of times you see the king of spades at the top, an older gentleman specifically. So this could be pain and burdens, health issues associated with aging. Or on the other hand, if you're using it as a spiritual divine card, and this is like peace and serenity, this could be a very positive pairing if you look at it like that. So whichever way the reading is going, I would say you make a decision based on that. The cross and the sun, this is relief. Relief on the way. There's been burdens and pain, but relief. The sun always brightens things up, doesn't it? So relief, not always, but yeah, a lot of times it does. So relief is on the way. Help will come, or this is a recovery. So light at the end of the tunnel. The cross with the moon, this is self-sacrifice. The moon is internal, it's subconscious, it's the self, it's your thoughts, it's your, dream world. So this could be self-sacrifice. This could represent depression if you're using the moon to represent emotions. This could be difficult mental health issues. This just represent a hard, difficult time. So while the sun is a positive pairing with the cross, the moon, on the other hand, is a little bit more negative because it represents emotional, internal difficulties. The key with the cross, this is going to act a lot like the sun card. This is destiny. This could be an important lesson learned. Maybe after anytime there's pain and burdens and difficulty, we learn lessons, even if we don't learn them right away. If you look back on any difficult time in your life, I think that you'll find that there was a lesson learned. I mean, I look back on things I've done in my life that was decades ago, and I realize, at my age now, I'm like, whoa, okay, I can figure out why that happened now. You don't see it right away all the time, but important lessons learned with the key card. This could also represent success at last. Success after some difficult times, burdens, difficult times, pain. Finally, see the light again, like the sun, light at the end of the tunnel. The cross with the fish card, this is deep pain. This could be a difficult transaction. If you're using the fish card to represent some kind of transaction, this could be a difficult transaction, or this is just business that is like bringing some burdens. It's hard work, has to be done sort of thing. So this could be deep pain, difficulties in some type of transaction. And then the last pairing, the card with the anchor. This is long-term suffering, hard work, if you're using the anchor card as work, goals, difficulty reaching a goal. Or this could be spiritual work, this lifelong, spiritual work is lifelong work. So long-term spiritual work, which we're all going through, we're all on journeys. I don't care where you are and I don't care what you believe, we're all on journeys, and it's all lifelong and it's all long-term. Long-term suffering, hard work. Okay, so there you go. That's the cross card with all of the combinations. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you found the series helpful if you watched all the videos. If you get stuck in readings, I recommend that you go back and maybe watch the video that matches the card that gave you trouble. I hope that this series can help people learn the cards. I've really enjoyed learning the cards over the past couple of years. And while this series has taken me a while to finish, I'm really happy that I finally did. I appreciate you stopping by and watching the videos. I appreciate any input I get from my videos. If you have suggestions of maybe what you wouldn't mind seeing in the future with this channel. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't have a lot of people watching my videos, but everybody starts somewhere, right? I'm not even sure what my vision is for this channel, to be honest with you. I haven't really thought about it. But anyway, so I appreciate any comments you might have, any constructive criticism. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed it.